Good evening, everyone. I'm William Galloway. Preparation continues for the upcoming Rose Bowl this week. We're just 5 days away from Alabama and Notre Dame. The #1 Crimson Tide and the #4 Fighting Irish will square off for the 8th time in the two storied programs' history. Alabama will travel to Dallas later this week for Friday's game, but today they were inside the Hank Crisp indoor facility for practice #4 in preparation for the Fighting Irish. The team went for 2 hours this afternoon in pads, and as you can see, all focus is on the team from South Bend. Notre Dame's Ian Book has only thrown 2 interceptions this season, and on defense, the Irish have held their opponents to an average of 224 passing yards per game. So Alabama quarterback Mac Jones steps up now, and he's well aware of the challenge that lies ahead.
I know they have a really old defense. I think there's 9 seniors on the starting defense. Obviously, they have great players from top to bottom, a great defensive coordinator. They play really sound football. They rush to the ball, and they're really good on third down. That's the other thing that's really impressed me. On third down, they kind of change things up a little bit and give you some more exotic looks, and I think they're like 5th in the country on third down. And obviously, they're top defense in the country, and those guys play with class, and they play really hard, and I'm really looking forward to going against them, and I hope it will be a really good game.
In the NFL, Patrick Mahomes versus Matt Ryan as the Falcons squared off against the Chiefs today in Kansas City. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. It's Mahomes to Demarcus Robinson, 25-yard go-ahead touchdown for the Chiefs. So time for the Falcons to answer in a 2-minute drill. Ryan finds Calvin Ridley, a 21-yard pickup. Ridley had 4 straight 100-plus yard receiving games now. So Younghoe Koo steps up for the 39-yard field goal to tie it. And it is no good, just barely. Chiefs win it 17-14 over Atlanta to secure the #1 seed in the AFC. Meanwhile, Atlanta falls to 4-11. Eagles at Cowboys today in the first quarter. Jalen Hurts takes the snap, steps out of the pocket, and he's going to heave one up. Deshaun Jackson comes down with an amazing catch. He turns around, looks at Dallas, says, "You can't catch me." And a little front flip into the end zone after the 81-yard touchdown. Third quarter now, Cowboys up 10. Andy Dalton steps back, fires, and he hits Amari Cooper, and there goes Coop turning on the Jets. He's going to go 69 yards inside the red zone all the way down to the Eagles' 9. Dallas wins this one 37-17 over Jalen Hurts and Philadelphia. The Cowboys are now 6-9 while the Eagles fall to 4-10-1. Nate Oates and his squad return to action on Tuesday night at home to open up conference play versus Ole Miss. The 5-3 Crimson Tide are led by sophomore Jaden Shackelford, who's averaging 14 points per game. In the single game versus Ole Miss last season, Shaq scored 18 points against the Rebels as Alabama picked up the 103-78 win in Oxford. However, this year is a different story. Ole Miss leads the country in scoring defense as they only allow 52.7 points per game, a really good defense. So the Crimson Tide will need to get in a groove offensively in order to find success on Tuesday night. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. in Coleman Coliseum, and the game will be televised on the SEC Network. Yesterday in Detroit, Collin Sexton led the Cleveland Cavaliers to a 128-119 double overtime win versus the Pistons. The former Alabama point guard shot 15 for 23 from the field and saw over 45 minutes of action. And what's even more impressive is that he didn't slow down. Tonight, Cleveland hosted Philadelphia, and they won 118-94. Sexton had 22 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. So through 3 games this season, he's averaging 29.5 points per game. And the Atlanta Braves Hall of Fame pitcher Phil Niekro has died at the age of 81 after a battle with cancer. Better known as Nuxie, Phil played in the majors for 24 years. He was a 5-time All-Star. He retired in 1987 and entered the Hall of Fame a decade later. Phil is survived by his wife, his 3 sons, and 2 grandchildren. He was truly a baseball icon. Tune in all week long for Alabama football coverage leading up to the college football playoff semifinal game as Alabama takes on Notre Dame this Friday at 3 p.m. Central on ESPN. Gary Harris will have you covered wall to wall. That's it for sports this evening. I'm William Galloway. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.